Bro, I'm so happy he brought this up at the very end of the video because I ain't been doing too much talking, but what is wrong with most insane fashion trends 2025, you guys? Here we got a fashion video. I'm trying to go ahead and see how much you guys like the fashion space because as you guys know, and if you don't know me already, my name is Double A. My name is also, I go by Aaron. But with that being said, I do a lot of sneaker content on my channel, but I'm gonna go ahead and experiment because I do want to go ahead and mix that fashion and sneakers. So with that being said, y'all let me know, give me some feedback on the video once we go ahead and get this through. But I saw this video, I'm not gonna lie, I saw it on my homepage and it kind of intrigued me. I think the thumbnail was something similar to what we're looking at right now, as y'all can see, and it kind of was just interesting. So I was like, low-key, I'm gonna save this video for the channel so we can go ahead and react to it together, you feel me? Because it's be one family. And we go ahead and just react to it, and yeah, just see what it's about and see what are the most insane trends we're gonna see in 2025. So I'm guessing this is more of a prediction video. When did this video come out? So it came out in January, so probably a little over a month ago. But yeah, let's go ahead and get straight to it. I don't want to waste too much time.
If you're like me,
yeah, again, the video will be down below in the description link if y'all want to go see the full video.
Everyone got the exact same haircut, wore a t-shirt with a button up over it, and decided to get all.
It's like high school for me, I ain't gonna lie. This type of era right here. I think.
Called the opium era.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't want to pause too much, but I feel like I'm low-key the type of person that like I be on the internet, but I don't be catching up quick. So you feel me? Y'all gotta give me time, cause it be taking me time to kind of catch up with the trends and what's going on. Cause I be in the loop, but I'm not in the loop. If y'all get what I'm trying to say.
Of wearing salmon as hats. Look, at the end of the day, some trends are good. Others are bad. But today we're gonna try to stay away from the bad trends and just go over some trends that I really like going into 2025.
What is a bad trend though? I mean, it's very subjective and very opinionated, right?
Today I want to talk about some of the trends I've been seeing going into 2025 that I like and I think are going to
Okay, for sure, valid. Watches. For sure, watches are a hit.
To start it off, let's talk
people getting money. I don't know. I feel like a lot more people getting money this time of year. I can't tell if that's because I'm growing up, I'm thinking about it more, or social media is more available.
And while that is
but I really don't know what it is.
Menswear as a whole, watches are always part of the conversation, but they've never truly been that trendy of an item. And I think a big part of that is because a lot of the most respected watch brands that at least get the most attention tend to cost the same amount as a down payment on a house in Kansas.
No cap.
And so because of that, when you talk,
and I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be the one to own them. No cap. I'm gonna be the one to own one.
Really used watches as
low-key got to be an AP.
Sense of self-expression.
AP, Frank
right
Mueller.
Now, going into 2025, you're starting to see that.
Y'all wait, y'all stay tuned. No cap, it's gonna be crazy.
There are more watch brands popping up that can kind of give you the elevated look or the expression that comes with a watch, but without having to pay the price.
Speaking of watch brands coming up, I know I said I wouldn't pause too much, but my guy Brez, I heard he's coming up with a watch brand. I'm actually excited to see how that's gonna do in 2025. If y'all don't know Brez, y'all do your homework. Brez he be vlogging. I think he does like some freelance brand scaling. I think that's what he does. But yeah, he's doing phenomenal right now on the internet. I'm not gonna lie, phenomenal. My bad, y'all, for the coughing. Low-key getting through a cold, but we should be. Next video y'all see after this, I should be pretty straight after that.
Show you guys today. Pascal basically does what I was just telling you about, and that's to create affordable, good quality, luxury watches, but just without the insane markups.
We love affordable, no cap.
Basically, why pay $10,000 for a watch that Lil Uzi Vert name dropped when you can get something basically the same quality for $200 with the same premium material?
Exact quality? I mean, that definitely could be true. I ain't gonna lie, it definitely could be true. I feel like a lot of the pricing going up, and I feel like it's more because of the perceived value and just the name of the brand.
Super versatile offering, and it includes a lot of great high quality premium material.
Let me know how you feel about this watch. For me, it's definitely not my forte. I don't know if I'm not like much of a gold type of person, but for me, it definitely got to be like a silver, maybe rose gold. I don't know how I feel about this one right here.
by the way of white lab-grown diamonds. Brands like Cartier and others add thousands for diamonds, and this has real diamonds included without the insane price tag. I really like this because it's very timeless, it's elegant.
How much did it cost?
There's a sense of it that's very, very classic.
He said they got real diamonds in them. I didn't see no diamonds sparkling.
Grimy way, in a very refined and nice
Them
way
diamonds
that
ain't
pairs
dancing.
well with a lot of stuff I like to wear. They're in a lot of different colors, a lot of neutral tones. So for example, if you wanted to get one or you wanted to get one for your girlfriend, it would be great for them too. While they sent me this great, very timeless, classic watch from the Oval collection, they also sent me one of their watches from the Paradox collection. And this watch is very much a more avant-garde, creative, or contemporary take on a timepiece. Basically, the design of this watch makes it look like the watch is being warped or melted, which I think is super, super cool. It's a little bit more of a twist on a classic. But like I was saying before, it's definitely a more creative or kind of out there design, which I really, really appreciate.
Yeah, that's definitely out there.
Also has a lot of premium materials.
It kind of look like an eye to me. I ain't gonna lie, like a little eye.
Glass, 30mm steel case with polished finish, and also this one is water.
It gotta be an eye. That gotta be the inspo, right?
Again, I really like these watches because they're easy to style.
That one I can kind of get my head around a little bit. I kind of like the uniqueness and just how different it is.
So if you're looking for an affordable watch that is great quality, go check out Pascal. You can use my code on the screen for 15% off. So go check out Pascal, and thanks again to Pascal for sponsoring today's video.
That's what's up, bro. Getting sponsors.
The next trend I want to talk about are video game tees. When I'm talking video game tees, I'm not talking like
where does Silent Hill come from? Is that a game?
Warning, gamer alert or something like that, but rather vintage video game tees of specific video game titles.
I didn't know people wearing video game shirts. I remember I used to see that back when GameStop was open. Is GameStop still open, y'all?
Early 2010s.
Because I haven't seen people wear game shirts like that.
Which became pretty trendy late last year, and now you're seeing video game tees being one of the items that are massively marked up, whether it's games like Metal Gear Solid, Counter-Strike, Dark Souls,
Dark Souls is a fire game.
You're starting to see them on more and more influencers.
Contemporary camo. Are these the chapters from the videos?
Next trend I want to talk about is camo or camouflage. Now listen, there have been a lot of different iterations of camo being trendy through a lot of different eras.
Still recording? For sure.
Bathing Ape. Or a few years back when Realtree was really popular. But I think
that's a hard brand.
What you're gonna see are these hyper contemporary, or rather these experimental,
sort of
futuristic looking camos.
That's how you say it.
Trendy. I'm talking like takes on digital camos.
I could have sworn this was a thing in 2024
that don't
really
too. Have as much of a connotation.
But maybe it's something that kind of like carries from 2024 to 2025. I'm actually excited. I don't want to take too far of a skeep, or I said a skeep. I don't want to take too far of a peek, but I want to see. Are they gonna have some boots? I don't even know. This man got some crazy chapters. What does that even mean? Heady Sim Lane Revival.
Going into 2025, there are a lot of cool different patterns.
Post Nike sneakers. What does that mean? I see Hoka sneakers.
To be real, it has been a minute since a pair of Nikes have really been trending or relevant, and it's no secret that the market share of the once sneaker giant Nike is slowly being chipped away. In the 2010s and even into the 2020s, a lot of this was because of Adidas, but now in the 2020s, you're seeing more smaller, innovative brands that were once specialized for a specific performance usage, now becoming more broader lifestyle products. The best example of this so far has been Salomon, a brand that has done super well in 2024 is Hoka. In the last few years, Hoka has had a lot of really
no cap. That's actually a shoe that I've seen a lot of people like around that like 30 to 40 range. They really putting that on, no cap, because they're really comfortable. I heard really good for nurses, good for walking, good for standing. Man, a lot of different things.
More and more. Along with Hoka, another brand that I saw
New Balance, right?
Coming up is Norda. Norda is a recently launched sneaker company.
I ain't never heard of Norda.
That makes shoes specifically for hiking, but in this very refined luxury way. That's another brand I can see their silhouettes becoming increasingly popular.
Vintage navy garments. Bro, I love the word garments. I'm not gonna lie.
fashion
Sounds
takes
exotic.
a lot of inspiration from military garments.
Like when I make
And
my
I
own
think
clothing
sort of
brand,
the
I'm gonna
next
call
wave
it.
of
I'm gonna
military
call
garments
my
that people
pieces
are inspired
garments.
by. Recently, I've seen more and more people be interested in navy garments from the early 1900s. Whether it's deck shirts, more flared pants. I'm also seeing a lot of the long deck trench coats become very popular, but a lot of military clothing from the era of 1900 to around the 1930s. I see this trend playing out in a couple of different ways. One, you see sort of like the more true vintage people sourcing true vintage garments from this era and becoming super excited about them that way. But then I'm also starting to see a lot of contemporary brands draw inspiration from this clothing. You're really starting to see this already a lot with women's wear. I think a big reason you're seeing people take from this particular pool of military uniform is because there was a sort of ornateness to Navy wear in this era. And when we're looking at the macro trends overall,
bro, about a whole new
ornateness
vocab
and a little
tonight.
bit more of
Vocabulary,
this
no
sort
cap.
of frilliness maybe is becoming a bigger macro trend in design overall over minimalism. And a lot of the garments from World War II and post-World War II are known for their sort of minimalist reductionaryism.
Hetty Sim Lane, Silent Main, something.
To see coming at the end of 2024 has been the revitalization of the interest in Heidi Slimani's work, particularly his Dior era, where you're seeing a lot of people already sort of fetishizing dressing like a 2006
I don't even know who this is. This is my first time thinking or hearing this name.
And a lot of these items from this era have skyrocketed on the resale market and also created a sort of hole in the fashion industry for
this why y'all I'm in the sneaker area, y'all. I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. Imagine if I had to go to the fashion industry.
Leather jackets from
you got pants, you got jeans, you got shorts, you got sweats.
Which have these sort of more form-fitting,
and that doesn't even cover
silhouettes that are becoming
like stuff you can wear is like for your legs.
Finally starting to see the end of the reign of the boxy t-shirt as more form-fitting t-shirts are starting to kind of come back into the public favor. The whole overall vibe and vision and sort of energy of 2006 is becoming big as a whole, which brings me into like the overall trend of indie sleaze. We're starting to see a lot of the styling from this blog era become huge in fashion and streetwear. And like I said earlier, there's an ornateness to that, where in a lot of the graphic design and sort of the decorations of items from this era had a certain ornateness to them. You can really see this in t-shirts and some of the jeans, as well as some of the button-ups as well. You're seeing a lot of camel or brown tones, big chunky stripes, dark blue, stone-washed denim. Basically, the whole color palette is
I want to know, like, how does one get to the point of
a lot of this sort of
this video right here? Like, are you researching? Like, how does one enter a space of fashion knowledge?
As a result of that,
like,
besides all of the
is the fashion a part of you at that point? Like, I feel like you just gotta live and breathe fashion.
To the indie sleaze revival style as well.
And I'm wondering, how is he coming out with these trend videos? It hasn't finished 2025 yet.
Back slightly to this idea of rockstar style. Like I said earlier, there has been a big hole in contemporary fashion as Heidi Slimani is right now the creative director of nowhere. Unless we enter Enfants Riches de Prime, or ERD as I'm gonna call it because my French is terrible. And ERD very much fills the hole in many people's heart for that hedonistic, nihilistic rock star look, though from a much edgier and darker perspective than Slimani's. And while it's definitely been on the rise in the last few years, as you've seen the t-shirts get bigger.
But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. One thing I want to do in the future is walk on a runway.
The whole indie sleaze
it's like that'd be so hard, so tough.
I feel like ERD is really ready to have its moment. They are sort of,
especially my own brand. That'd be tough.
Dark and edgy answer to the
that'd be super tough.
Question.
Are these Rolls Royces in the back? Oh, Rolls Royce.
The ERD dark edgy rock star look. I could also see Alexander DeGenova and Alice Hollywood living adjacently to ERD in this space. One brand that I think is going to blow up even more than those two is, now Andemüller is of course a heritage avant-garde dark wear, gothic brand. And while ERD is sort of a more edgy, trendier answer to sort of the Heidi Slimane rockstar question, On the Müllermeister is a bit more refined, but it has its roots in sort of the rockstar style more than really any other brand I can think of. I think that you could definitely see them getting much bigger in 2025. They just have to produce staple items that get people more and more interested in the brand.
Bling swag era.
There's also sort of this bridge that is created from indie sleaze to sort of its cousin, which is like bling era, swag era style. Tastemakers like Snow Strippers, Fake Mink, and Fresh
Who is
Boy
Snow
Swag,
Strippers?
who've all gotten
What kind of
big
name
in
is
and
that?
around the sort of indie sleaze revival, are also taking style cues from the bling or swag era. Now these are two different eras, the bling or the swag era, but it doesn't really seem like there's a differentiation in them with this reinterpretation of it. But for example, you have a lot of the denim jackets and denim vests that are kind of combined with hoodies a lot of time. You got shutter shades, fur boots, fur hats, leopard print, cheetah print, and like that super particular cut of skinny jeans, which also sort of has like that diaper look to it. It's basically
That diaper look to
Some
it.
brands I see getting bigger with this is definitely Margiela, but like specifically
Margiela.
Margiela items that were big during that era. So for example, Margiela Futures, which were incredibly hype in the late 2000s and early 2010s. You're also seeing Isabel Marant become a lot bigger, which again was very popular in the late 2000s. Jeremy Scott is someone I could see becoming popular in this sort of revival of style. But what I think will be one of the biggest things is Riccardo Tisci era Givenchy. It's sort of these loud prints that have sort of these like embellishments or again ornateness to them. Of course there's sort of the Rottweiler shirts and the other animal shirts, but this style of graphic tee and sort of styling see running adjacent to sort of the swag or bling era revival. And I think like the biggest item you'll see making a comeback in 2025 is snapbacks. And while I don't see a lot of
Bro,
participating in
I'm
that
so
style,
happy he brought this up at the very end of the video, because I ain't been doing too much talking, but what is wrong with snapbacks, y'all? I feel like all of a sudden people started wearing fitted hats. Not everybody wants a fitted hat. Like, why can't we be happy with the snapbacks? Like, for me personally, I had a snapback. I ain't gonna lie, I'll rock it. I'll rock it no matter what anybody says, because at the end of the day, it's what I like to wear. And yeah, I actually have a crazy story on a snapback. It was a snapback that I bought as a gift, but the person didn't want the gift. Or not, they didn't want it, actually. I kind of boot ganged it, I ain't gonna lie, because they weren't wearing it. But with that being said, y'all, I love me a snapback. I don't want to go too off course, but I feel like he's just about to end this video.
And older Gen Alpha people be really interested in sort of retaking the swag era and swag era styling. But anyway, these are sort of the trends I see.
For sure. I ain't gonna lie, he put me onto a lot of fashion trends. I'm not gonna lie. And I learned a lot in this video, but I ain't gonna lie, if you ask me what I learned, I will not be able to tell you, no cap. I feel like it was just a lot for me to comprehend. And then again, y'all, it takes me time, you feel me? This is one of our first fashion videos on the channel for a while, you guys, so just bear with me. We'll kind of learn together at the same pace. But with that being said, you guys, yeah, this is the most insane fashion trends 2025. If you guys do want to see some more fashion videos from me, go ahead and leave that below in the comment section. Give me some ideas, give me some feedback. And also, if you do want to see some more fashion reaction videos, things in that space, go ahead and click the playlist up here.